7. Barrett outside the switch. Doncic goes over. And then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles.
Frustrating game, y'all. The New York Knicks just lost to the Portland Trailblazers in overtime, the final score being 132-129, and I just thought the Knicks collapsed. I really thought the Knicks collapsed. The New York Knicks are now under 500. They are now 9-10 on the season. We just came back from that road trip. I understand, we played the Nuggets without Jokic. I understand we played some teams without their top guys, but we go on to play the Trailblazers, no Damian Lillard. They've lost 4 games in a row. I understand they have Anthony Simons. I understand they have Jeremy Grant. They have a talented roster. Josh Hart plays his ass off, but this game was up for grabs. This game was up for grabs. Just very, very frustrating. Just so freaking frustrating. The start of the first quarter, I like the way we set the tone with the Mitchell Robinson block. Brunson comes up with it. Nice, throw ahead pass to Grimes. Did a good job using the rim for protection so he didn't get his shot blocked by Nurkic. Very nice finish in transition. But you got to give credit to the Trailblazers. They went through, what's our weakness? Offense against the zone. We were struggling when it came to offensively very early on in this game, when it came to getting quality shots within the flow of the offense. Nurkic was able to get his. He knocked down a 3 early in this game. He actually knocked down, I believe, 2 or 3 threes in this game. He's actually been an excellent three-point shooter so far this season. He got a bucket in the interior, and that was kind of the story of this game. We weren't able to stop him when it came to the interior. We really weren't. Jeremy Grant was physical, drawing fouls, knocked down a difficult mid-range jumper, left him open from 3 a couple times or a few times in this game. That was very frustrating because he had a career night. He had over 40 points. At the top of my head, I believe he had 43, 44 points. Anthony Simons was terrific using his athleticism, setting guys up. Everyone's going to look at that he had 37 points, but his playmaking was off the charts. He was just able to dribble right into the teeth of the defense and find Nurkic. Kick it outside of the perimeter. If it was finding Shaedon Sharpe for a 3 one time, or even within the flow of the offense, I believe it wasn't him. They were able to find Shaedon Sharpe on a 3 for a silky smooth shot from the outside. So yeah, the Trailblazers are playing well, but I love the way we responded. The bench was terrific. The bench played out of their minds, and when I mean bench, I mean quickly. Quickly comes in the game. He has 8 points in 5 minutes. He knocks down back-to-back threes. He's a very nice finish when it came to the paint, dribble penetrating very well. Continues to play very good defense so far this season. I got to give credit to Quickly. He scores 8 straight points, and it puts us up 8 points because we adjust to the zone. The second unit plays fast. Grimes is with that second unit. He gets a start once again, but Grimes hit a 3 when it came to that second unit. But Jeremy Grant continued to draw fouls. Jeremy Grant continued to hit tough shots, and it looked like it was a 5-point game when Grant was still getting buckets. But then this is where I thought we were going to put it away. Obi Toppin comes to the game, knocks down a 3. Jalen Brunson has an and 1 floater. Jalen Brunson hits a ridiculous fadeaway, just and 1. He's so crafty. His footwork is off the charts. And I'm so glad we have Jalen Brunson as this franchise's point guard right now, because he hits the most difficult shots. He hits timely shots for us. And if it wasn't for Jalen Brunson, I don't even think this would have been a close game, because RJ Barrett, outside of the fourth quarter, he had a couple big buckets in this game. He didn't show up consistently throughout this game, and I don't want to hear that he didn't get touches within the flow of the offense consistently, because he did. He straight up missed a warm-up 3 from the outside. He didn't finish well at the basket. He made some nice, beautiful reads out there on the floor, but then there was a huge play. When it came to that second half, he was driving to the basket. He had Obi open for 3 and Quickly open for 3, but then he forced a shot. He was extremely frustrating. His defense was very suspect at times. But overall, when it comes to this ball club, we still miscommunicate when it comes to open 3s outside on the perimeter. I don't know how many times we're going to miscommunicate when it comes to defending the perimeter. If it's screens being set or someone just being wide open every time. But he had some nice moments, but there was more bad than good, honestly, when it comes to RJ Barrett in this game. You look at RJ Barrett's stat line, you look at the efficiency. So RJ finished with 19 points. He got to the free throw line. He got there 8 times, made 6. He rebounded the ball well. He had some solid passes. He had 5 assists, but he was 1 for 7 from 3. He was 6 for 22 from the field. And the starters as a whole, I didn't think were that impressive outside of Jalen Brunson and Grimes. So I thought Grimes should have got RJ's fourth quarter minutes, in my opinion. But yeah, I think we're taking over this game. Quickly has a very nice alley-oop to Mitchell Robinson as well. We go on this huge run. We're on a 10-1 run. Then Randall hits a three. I'm like, all right, I freaking love this. I know it's never easy with the New York Knicks. Cardiac Knicks when it comes to fourth quarter. We know it's crazy. But after Randall hits that three, we're up 48-35. I'm like, holy shit, we're building momentum. We're in the Garden. Let's put this thing away. Let's get a comfortable victory. But it's never easy for the New York Knicks. In the second quarter, 20 free throws? Like the end of the second quarter, I believe they attempted 22 free throws. That's ridiculous. Like, you look at Jeremy Grant, his free throw attempts. Like I mentioned, he knocked down his threes, his mid-range shots. He attacked the basket, drew fouls. I'm not discrediting him at all. But they were very tic-tacky, and I thought this was a lopsided game. The Trailblazers stepped up when it mattered, but these officials were really, really bad. You look at Jeremy Grant. He attempted 28 free throws. 28 freaking free throws. He had 44 points, and he made 21 of those 28. You look at the differential here from the free throw line. The Trailblazers took 51 free throws this entire game. 51. The New York Knicks took 28. Don't get me wrong, I actually thought the Blazers were more aggressive because I thought Josh Hart played his ass off. He was amazing on the boards. He had damn near 20 rebounds. This dude is flying in left and right. I know he fouled out in this game, but he just ignited a spark. But you have to discredit the Knicks. One of the main reasons the Trailblazers came back. We started taking stupid shots. Like, we were shooting the three ball very well when it came to quickly knocking down those threes. I know Randall hit some threes at times. Brunson hit a couple threes early. Like, this is the thing. Like, Obi, when he hit that three, you can't count on this team to consistently make threes. That's not our identity. We don't really have an identity offensively. And we know it is scoring in the paint, but I feel like the Knicks don't know that. And we left Grant open for a huge three. We left Nurkic open for a huge three. They're getting all these free throws. They have 22 free throws when it came to that second quarter, and before you know it, it's a 1-point game after us being up double digits. It was just pathetic. We were getting out hustled when it came to that second quarter. Like, we saw Anthony Simon's speed, his athleticism working down the lane. It was bad. It was 62-61 at half after being up double digits with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. We're down one. Like, just so frustrating because Brunson was an assassin. He was freaking amazing when it came to that second quarter, and I felt bad for Brunson throughout this entire game. I really did. I thought Randall had some nice moments that he scored the ball, but I wasn't a big fan of the shots he took. RJ didn't really step up huge, but yeah, we're scoring offensively, but then the fouls just pile up. It's just embarrassing. It was just bad. So in that third quarter, it was an interesting quarter because I just thought we were like out hustled, to be completely honest with you guys, in that third quarter. That was kind of this theme of this game, why the Trailblazers really won. They demolished us in the paint. We didn't box out. And they were just able to get whatever they wanted at times of just boxing out. We didn't put a body on them. And this is a physical group. Nurkic is aggressive. He's a physical guy. Jeremy Grant, he hasn't always been this 20-point per game guy throughout his career, 18-point per game guy throughout his career. Look back at Syracuse, known for defense, known for his rebounding. When he was back in Philly, when he was back in Denver, when he was back in OKC, he was this gritty guy. This is a gritty group, and you have to attack this team. And the New York Knicks did not put a body, if I'm being real, on this Portland Trailblazers team at all. It was just like no one was getting back on defense. It was frustrating. You have to give credit to Simons, though. He hit a difficult mid-range jumper, but then there was a miscommunication. We left Jeremy Grant open outside on the perimeter. We're down 4 or 5 points. But I got to give credit to Grimes. Grimes had a very nice play. He dribble penetrated, found Mitch inside for a dunk. Grimes, I thought, played very well in this game. The stats may not be there, but from the eyeball test, and if you really saw the impact on the game, Grimes was one of our best players out there on the basketball floor, and I thought he should have played more in the fourth quarter. Personally, Randall had a huge and one as well, but I just felt the Trailblazers just had guys that were consistently getting buckets for them. RJ wasn't consistently getting buckets for us. Randall would get buckets sometimes in decently big moments, but outside of that, you couldn't count on him like every trip, go get us a bucket. Outside of Brunson, and quickly hit some big shots as well. Like, those are the only guys I could really count on to get buckets. And you could even look at quickly wasn't extremely efficient. So yeah, you could say just Brunson you could really count on offensively. And obviously that didn't hold up, especially against this Portland Trailblazers team when Jeremy Grant has over 40 and Anthony Simons nearly puts up 40 on us as well. So end of the third quarter, it's 92-86. Fourth quarter, Mitchell Robinson has a putback. I love the way that we hustle, we come out with brand new energy. We have a missed shot, but Mitchell Robinson gets it, puts it up and in, offensive rebound. He had a very nice block, which led to a nice drive for RJ Barrett. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm talking about. If RJ Barrett's going to step up, it's going to be in a huge moment. And then you take a look at Josh Hart, just another rebound. He had like nearly 20 rebounds. This dude was killing it when it came to the offensive glass. So he had 19 rebounds in this game. 6 of them were offensive rebounds and 13 of them were defensive rebounds. RJ has a very nice pass to Mitchell Robinson for a dunk. I was like, that's a beautiful read by RJ. He manipulated the defense. And then right after that, quickly actually stole an inbounds pass and put it up and in. And Brunson has an and one following that after an empty trip offensively for the Portland Trailblazers. I'm like, we're up 4. We're in a pretty big spot right now. But we just struggled with the Blazers' off-ball movement, and that's something we don't consistently have of guys consistently cutting. And we struggled with their dribble penetration as well because there was just such different personnel. Like, we'll have Hartenstein out there, then we'll have Sims out there, then we'll have Mitchell Robinson out there as well. So we did struggle with the movement of just keeping up with Nurkic's physicality, and we continued to foul guys, and we couldn't keep up with Grant. We couldn't keep up with Simons. Hart, even if it was a guy like Winslow sometimes using his physicality, but just guys like even a Watford. Like, I remember they had a triple handoff, and Watford was just able to get right to the cup as well for the Portland Trailblazers. Like, their bench wasn't crazy. Like, their only guys coming off the bench were Shaedon Sharpe, Nasir Little, and Watford, but their starters were just such key contributors that we had absolutely no answer. But RJ did have a great drop step spin move, but we just couldn't contain the Portland Trailblazers in the paint at all. That was the true story of this game. Like, quickly would respond with a 3, but the Trailblazers just kept on responding throughout this game. Like, Jeremy Grant hits a 3, they're up 2. But then Jericho Sims, off the feet of Randall. Sims, we know, is a dunker spot type of guy. Like, we've seen him attempt push shots, awkward-looking floaters in the summer league. He has this off-balance, awkward-looking push shot. He puts it in through contact, and it's a three-point play. He even executes from the free throw line, which I thought was freaking awesome. We tie the game. There's 2:40 remaining. But then, of course, we foul Jeremy Grant. Like, another freaking foul. Jeremy Grant splits the free throws. They're up 1. But then they go on to foul Brunson, and then Brunson hits both free throws. We're up 1. So there's 2:10 remaining in this game. Nurkic has a tough finish. We're not able to deal with him. I believe he bullied Sims in the post here. And then Grant, like, after we have an empty trip offensively, we just weren't able to string together consistent offensive trips. We weren't able to match the Trailblazers' defense. When your defense doesn't step up and you're not able to consistently bring anything offensively down the stretch consistently, you're definitely going to be in trouble, especially when their 2 best players on the floor, if Simons and Grant are on fire, you're definitely stuck in a very tough spot. So then Grant has this ridiculous finish at the basket. Like, I can't even discredit RJ or Randall. That might have been helping. I thought it was like Julius Erving out there. That's how impressive a finish it was by Jeremy Grant. So Grant ends up having this ridiculous finish. Like, all right, this is just not looking good. And then I see RJ attempt like a ridiculous, like, awkward looking shot at the basket, but luckily Josh Hart did foul him, but the Trailblazers are like, nope, we're challenging this. RJ goes to the free throw line, he splits the free throws. The first one, I was like, oh my gosh, please don't do this. He splits the free throws. So then we're in this position now that we're down 2 points. I was like, okay, how are we going to respond here? The Trailblazers actually end up turning over the ball. They cough up the ball. RJ has it in transition. He goes on to finish, so then it's a tie game. Then the Trailblazers have an empty trip, play pretty solid defense, which was shocking the way they were able to dominate us. And then Brunson bullies himself inside. We're up 2 with 13 seconds left. But who would have thought? The Knicks foul Anthony Simons. The Knicks challenge it. I thought it was a foul on Grimes, no doubt about it. Simons ties it. Brunson gets that teardrop, which I feel like has just been textbook throughout his career. It's always going in. Brunson goes on to miss that teardrop floater. This goes into overtime. We just got absolutely demolished. Simons hits a 3 in RJ's grill right off the bat. Randall responds with a 3, which really shocked me. I was like, holy shit, that just went in. But then Nurkic bullies Sims for a 3-point play. And I hated that Randall settled for another 3. I didn't understand that at all. I know you hit the first one, but let's get a quality shot. This is serious. This is overtime here. But we allowed them to get whatever they wanted in the paint. That was the answer just for this entire game. Most of this game, Nurkic was able to get whatever he wanted. kept on committing fouls. I felt like we just couldn't do anything. The way they were calling this game and the way Nurkic was dominating us. Mitch missed some huge free throws. RJ steps out of bounds. Simon hits a huge three. Like, they're up 127-119 with 150 left. Brunson does draw a charge, but Josh Hart ended up fouling out. But we threw the ball away. Then they threw the ball away. When we had the opportunity to cut it 6, we threw it away. They threw it away, but it just ended up being this foul game. And there was like one play, Brunson, I thought clearly forced it to be a jump ball, but no, they called a foul. Like, we had our opportunities. We didn't execute. The offense wasn't consistent. The defense wasn't consistent. And when those things don't happen, you're just in a recipe for failure. Just a very frustrating game. Let me know down below your thoughts. Peace out, y'all.